What's going on, YouTube? Brandon here, and today is going to be our first episode of the boat build. So as some of you may know, I bought a Starcraft last September, I think it was, and I used it throughout the fall, and then come winter, I got a little cabin crazy, I guess you could call it, and decided I'm going to gut the whole thing. Now, it wasn't without reason. The boat was 23 years old, and the plywood was a little rotted. So what we're going to do is replace the plywood system that they had in before with an aluminum frame and aluminum sheet like they did in the Ike Live build. Little ambitious considering I've never used aluminum in my life, but we're going to go through this process together, and I'm going to show you guys what I did along the way. So as of right now, the boat's completely gut. Like, there's nothing in here. Only thing in here at the moment is the framework that I started. This will be a video of itself of how I've been doing this, because this is probably subject to change, because I don't know how perfect it is. Like I said, I don't work with aluminum. Anyway, so only thing in the boat right now is the framework. Like I said, we have all of the parts, and I mean everything that was in this boat that's still usable is piled in this corner. That's going to be a fun process trying to get all that back together. That'll be another video in itself. But so the eventual plan with the boat is, I don't know if you can see, we've got like where the shiny aluminum is and where the primed aluminum is where the original hatches ended. So this first line here, we're going to come straight across, and we're going to put in 4 little storage hatches, right? We've already got like 2 back here. They actually had foam in here. We're not going to do that. Our foam is going to be on the underside between all of these little frame ribs. Anyway, so we're going to build a back casting deck. We're going to have 4 storage hatches, and then in the middle of those hatches, the center gap here is going to be where the gas tank goes. He'll have his own little compartment, keep him away from everything else. This back left side is going to have kind of a platform that runs the whole way up, so you can lay your rods down, strap your rods down. That is where the live well was. That's going to go back. That might be a video on its own where I show you how to reattach the live well and how all that works. And then, so this front casting deck originally ended here on this piece of aluminum, and it's actually 2 inches lower than the rest of the decking they had in. So we're going to raise this bad boy up 2 inches. Not sure how we're going to do that yet, but it's going to happen. And then we're actually going to bring it back to the live well and then come straight across with it, because right here is where the driving console sat. So it should, theoretically, before I measure anything, just from looks, it should butt right into the 2 of them. And then that'll give us like another 3 feet of deck up here. So this should be nice and big enough for 2 people to sit up here and cast, which would be awesome. And then we're going to have battery hatch up front here. We'll have 2 12-volt batteries for the trolling motor and fish finders. And then we're going to put in 2 more big storage hatches here. And we'll actually I bought a Minn Kota battery splitter. We'll put him in the middle, tie all the batteries together so we have 1 charging port. And yeah, with that being said, today's video is just a time lapse of the demolition. It was a pretty straightforward process. If you're trying to do it yourself, really, tools I needed were just a hammer, a drill, and a pry bar. And the scariest part of the process was probably the rivets, because this boat was riveted, not welded. So, I mean, putting holes in the side of a boat's a pretty scary thing. So, I mean, granted, these are all above the waterline, at least they should be. But still, try to minimize the holes you put in the side of your boat, because you're going to have to seal them up later. But with that being said, enjoy the time lapse, and I will see you guys in the next episode.